wonderful to have that relationship as well. I mentioned at the beginning the Kansas City Chinese American Association, and their president, CJ Wei, is here. Mr. Wei, would you like to come up and say a few words today, too?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, to the Honorable Consul General Yang, his lovely wife, to General Secretary Mr. Zou. Welcome to Kansas, the heartland of America. And to the Mayor of Topeka, Mayor Bunten, and to Dr. Farley, President of Washburn University, I'd like to congratulate the city, the school, for the acquisition of this beautiful piece of art created by master artist Mr. Ye from China. And many of the people sitting here probably are asking a very fundamental question that has not been addressed yet. Why Kansas? Why Topeka? Exactly. My answer to that resonates what a lot of people here are thinking. Why not? And I'd like to share the history and one of our proud members of Kansas City Chinese American Association, and he has been in Kansas City, in the greater Kansas City area for a long time. And I think it's only deserving for us to pay a tribute to this wonderful artist who I just met 2 weeks ago, considering I'm living in Kansas City for 20 years, and so has he. Wang Wu is a world-renowned sculpturist who has come to this country in '88, 2 years before I did. And it's his vision and his passion and his dedication and attention to detail on every step of the way on this great endeavor to come up with a great program to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the relationship and friendship between these two countries. So I'd like to congratulate Wang Wu for such a wonderful gift to not just Topeka, not just Kansas City, but this region, the Midwest of the United States, for giving us such a wonderful gift, the Lantern of Light, and being the architect, along with the Secretary General Zou, to create this wonderful memory. It's safe to say that we will not be here without Mr. Wu. So, Mr. Wu, I think you deserve our great round of applause for a wonderful job. Two weeks ago, I was among the very first people to take a look at the sculpture, although the red piece was still in a box. The four sides on the base, one of them is full of the autographs, signatures of people. And thanks for the clarification from Mr. Wu, those are the signatures from the ordinary Chinese citizen who were born in 1979. So that made me thinking that, what did I do in 1979? I was 12 years old. I grew up in Beijing. As the US and China opened up their diplomatic relations, my family has a lot of relatives who live in LA, Los Angeles, all the big cities, that were permitted to visit their relatives back in China. So for the first time of my life, I was able to step into, at the time, Consul General Yang knows, the best hotel in China, Beijing Hotel. At the time, it's the highest piece of structure in Beijing, 17 stories. Wow. In the hotel, I met with the uncle of uncle of uncle of my father. And he was a wealthy businessman. And he gave me some money to go downstairs to Beijing Hotel to buy Wall Street Journal. At the time, when I picked up that piece of paper, by reading the 3 words, Wall Street Journal, I recognized the first 2 words. I have no idea what the journal means. And I have no idea what Wall Street means. I know Wall and Street, but not Wall Street. And he told me that for the leftover money, you can buy yourself a Coke. At the time, I only saw commercials of Coca-Cola on TV. It was too expensive for my family to buy me a Coke. So in the Beijing hotel, the best hotel in China, I was able to take my very first sip of this, the best-selling beverage in the world. And I have to be very honest, I almost threw up. And it was so bad I couldn't finish, and I left the half bottle near a couch in the grand lobby of Beijing Hotel. And I think that through this story, we could kind of remember, back then China was very much isolated from the West. Fast forward 30 years later, in this region, in the state of Kansas, we have more than 20,000 immigrants from China. And they're doctors, lawyers, engineers, teachers, entrepreneurs, fathers, and moms raising their children just like everybody else does. And through this experience of me working for only 2 weeks with the preparation committee that Topeka has assembled with so much talent and so much detail-oriented people under the leadership of Kathy Smith. Kathy, are you here? Way in the back. And I have to be honest, I was a little bit embarrassed by how I thought that we did a pretty good job in Kansas City in the Chinese community. But it's nothing to prepare to the amount of work and effort that the whole committee has put in to put this great program together. And in Kansas City, the Kansas City Chinese American Association is the largest Chinese community in the Kansas City area, and it's safe to say probably it's the biggest in the state of Kansas. Connect local communities and celebrate Chinese heritage is our mission. And I think today is a great example for people who are from Kansas City to consider Topeka. It's one of our family members. We're all together, and we can do a lot of things in the years to come. And the next project that we're going to do is in October, we're going to have this dance drama from China that will have the top level artist, contemporary Chinese ballet, based on one of the most famous Chinese novel, The Dream in the Red Chamber. And it's going to be on October 17th at the best theater in Kansas City, Music Hall. And I was very privileged and honored to be able to make so many friends by working on this wonderful project. So we will be calling you and asking the support from this wonderful community, the state capital of Kansas, where we call home. And I would like to wish a very joyful journey for General Secretary Mr. Zou for the rest of your trip in America. And I wish Consul General Yang for a very successful tenure. This is only his 3rd week after taking this post. And his delegation has done a wonderful job in supporting our Chinese community. So I wish you well as well. And enjoy the rest of the day. And there's a saying that in Kansas that you know you're in Kansas when your neighbor is a mile away and you can still see him on the porch. And I'd like to, not only this beautiful sculpture is a reminder of the friendship between these 2 countries, I'd also like to make this beautiful sculpture a seed of friendship, a seed of mutual understanding between these 2 peoples, these 2 countries. So one day, in our heart, the people from China can see this great piece of sculpture from the Great Wall, and vice versa. The people from Topeka can see the Great Wall from Topeka. Thank you very much.
Mr. Wei, thank you.